Eggnog or no eggnog? Because there's nobody in the middle in this debate.
No eggnog.
I'm an eggnog guy.
Of course, you're no eggnog night. Mr.
It's
Christmas
really
himself,
sweet,
do you
but
condone
it's
eggnog?
good.
By the gallons.
Oh, I love
good.
you. Yes,
the
absolutely,
gallons.
dude.
The s-
Absolutely.
The Southern Comfort is
Oh.
by far in the black
100%.
container.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
far the best.
Oh, you
You
know
know
what you're
what?
talking about. This
I-
is Mr. Christmas. in the
I
flesh.
take back my statement. I've never had eggnog. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. This is Chad Daniel Stotts here. You can call me Mr. Frickin' Christmas. I don't even know if we're allowed to say frickin'. Is that? I don't know.
Oh, we're
We've
keeping
went,
it. Absolutely.
We've went
Say it.
sideways. These are my three elves here today. We have Bryce the Spice. He's kind of a spicy little elf. He likes to make cookies.
I love cookies.
He loves
to make
cinnamon.
cookies. Zeke the Beak. This dude never shuts up. All we have to do is we just
Yep.
listen to him talk over and over. And Graham, the stinking man over there eating a burrito.
Costa Vida, man.
That is the elf, I guess, lineup, if you will. So I'm hoping that you guys won't disappoint me, embarrass me, and make me look bad because I did wear my Santa suit just to be ready for all of this.
It
So
looks good.
are you guys ready to talk Christmas? Like ready to discuss the all things snow, cold, and jolly?
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Let's
So-
do it.
Santa, I have a question for you. How challenging is it to get to? I mean, it's a strategic problem. How do you get to all the houses in the world in
Okay.
one night?
So first of all, there's a difference between myself and Santa. I am Mr. Christmas. I don't think we got there.
So, have you met the man yet?
Santa works for me.
Ah,
Oh,
Like
I see.
that's
Understood.
I thought you
You're
were
just
Father
borrowing-
Christmas.
Father Christmas is dead. Father Christmas doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
Wouldn't Father Christmas be God?
No. Father like the Holy Ghost? What's the matter with you, man?
Well.
This
Jesus,
is why
Jesus-
you're the spicy elf. I can't even take these questions.
I'm just saying, Jesus was born on Christmas, and who's Jesus's father?
Father
Hey, we already
Christmas?
made a timeout.
Father Christmas?
So, we already have a timeout.
Not
Jesus
God the
wasn't born on
Father? All of a
Christmas.
sudden it's Father Christmas?
We
I'm
already
just
have
saying.
we already have a falsity
I'm
here.
just
We're already
saying.
spreading
Oh my-
lies. Jesus was not born on
Wow.
Christmas.
So,
He was born in spring.
Exactly.
so to rephrase your question, what is it like to be Mr. Christmas? I'm assuming is what you meant to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. What is it like
Okay.
to employ Santa? How does he do it, I guess?
You know what? It's a team effort. We really get behind him. We rally behind him on that big day, and it's a lot like a NASCAR race. You got to have a pit man. You got to have people fueling up that jet, and we just get behind him. We give him the big old push, the heave ho, if you will, and we push him right out into all your cities and all into your chimneys. Sometimes we have to stand on him to get him to bottom. Like he's that stuck in some of those places. But I will say this, I have dressed up here today to replicate Mr. Claus, and I don't really know how he does it. This is quite humid in here, I guess. It's like two squirrels wrestling in a wool sock inside this suit right now.
So
It's so sweaty. It's out of control. I don't know how to make it stop, but I actually don't think I can. And I think the more I drink this, the worse it gets. It just like speeds
How
up.
many monsters do you think Santa consumes per Christmas?
I don't think he does any. I think it's milk. I mean, that's
Just pure milk cookies, sugar
Yeah.
rush the entire time?
I think so. Yep.
Understood.
Yep.
Understood. I think Santa, if you're watching, you should try a monster. You try a Red Bull.
Oh, Santa's
those
most
wings.
certainly watching. It's part of his employment contract.
Okay, understood.
It's everything Mr.
He's
Christmas does.
obligated
Santa
to
has to.
watch.
Yeah,
Well,
Santa. has
Santa, try some Red Bull. It might give you some wings. Might make you those deliveries a little faster.
Wings.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, you might not need the
It's like
reindeer this
it's
year.
like the Tooth Fairy / Santa flying around.
Oh, first question of the night.
After all that's done,
after yeah.
good
yeah.
night.
All right,
Let's get into it.
So
Here we go.
Santa, top 3 favorite Christmas movies.
How many times have I told you I'm
Mr. Christmas, Bryce.
All right,
Mr.
Mr. Christmas.
Keep it under control, dude.
Gosh,
Mr. Christmas. Top 3 favorite Christmas movies.
Yes. Okay. Ooh, I'm glad Vaughn's not on here because I would be getting some flack. We're gonna start out with Polar Express. I know.
I love that movie. I love that movie. I'm so happy. I am
Let's
so
go.
happy.
You know,
I mentioned Polar
For like a
Express
straight
at my
2
girlfriend's house
years.
the other day, and I got flamed for it. It's so good.
Listen, Polar Express. We've got to go. Home Alone has to be 2, right?
Yeah.
Home Alone has
all
to
right,
be 2.
all right.
And then we're going to end with the Jim Carrey Grinch because he's stinking hilarious and angry, and I like both of those. I like
Solid
both of
list,
those.
man.
So-
Yes,
Solid
sir.
list.
So
Graham, why don't you take it?
You know, I'm gonna go. I think A Christmas Story at my number 1 spot.
oh, I hate that movie.
How
What
do
do
you
you
hate
mean
that
you hate
movie?
that
So boring.
movie?
How do you hate that movie?
It's
What do you mean you
boring.
hate that movie?
Curses. There's cussing in there. I'm
says-
against it.
You literally said freaking at the beginning of this podcast.
That was not a curse word.
He said fudge.
Who
Except
said
he didn't
fudge?
say fudge.
But that's the joke, is he said. Okay.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
okay.
get into this. You're just wrong, Chad.
No, we
I
always
lost
derail
a lot of
you.
respect here.
You get a lot of flack for never finishing your 3 list, but you get derailed
I
a
get
lot.
derailed. Yes, thank you.
Mr. Christmas is going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to take some heat for that.
Thank
I
you.
derailed
Thank
you.
Yes.
Number 2.
Mr. Christmas, I appreciate it. My number 2 pick, I am going Polar Express. And 3 is, I'm going to kind of follow your footsteps here, but the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, the animated one. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Okay,
It's a
so
great
that's a
movie.
good one. That
It
is a good one.
great, I think that's, without question, the best film interpretation of the original book, which I've read because I'm a nerd.
Zeke,
Okay.
where are we going with Christmas movies?
I
Do you
don't
even
wanna-
watch Christmas movies?
Do
Not-
you celebrate
not
Christmas,
much,
or are
not
you
much.
who was?
I celebrate Christmas. I just don't watch Christmas movies all the time. Why is Die Hard not on the list? But I would go number 3, Home Alone. Number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, that's not a.
Yes, it is. But number 1, I have to go
Debatable.
Elf.
Oh, man.
Oh, Elf is a great.
You guys
pick.
missed it.
Stinking Elf.
That's a
Elf.
great pick. That's a great pick.
I'm going to stay with mine, but man, if I could pick a 4th, it would be Elf.
Elf.
When he jumps to put that star on the tree. Oh, man. I love it. I'll rewind it 100 times. Bryce, tell
All right.
us, what's your...
Number 3, I think a staple of the Christmas season is Jim Carrey's The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay.
Love that movie. It's hilarious. Number 2, honestly, man, I gotta go with A Christmas Story.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a
I gotta say,
It's awful.
it's
It's
such a
boring.
good movie.
It's boring.
Zeke.
What do you mean it's boring?
When was the last time you watched that movie?
Like 5 years ago.
I don't want to hear it, bro. We're
It's a
watching.
staple.
I'm
It's
inviting
been,
you to my
it's
house.
been longer for me. That's how bad of a
I'm
movie
inviting
it is.
everybody on this podcast, and not the people. No, I'm just kidding. And the
boring.
producers back here to my house. We are having a end of season podcast celebration, and we're watching A Christmas Story.
Mr. Christmas ain't coming.
Well, Mr. Christmas should think about
I
it.
ain't coming.
Mr.
I ain't
Christmas
coming.
is gonna make them naughty.
Okay, so
Mr.
your
Christmas,
third-
I will
Alright.
provide cookies and milk.
And my number 1 favorite Christmas movie, which I'm surprised that no one else mentioned because it is a staple of the Christmas season in the Sandoval household, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's my number 4. I
Absolutely
love that movie.
Absolutely love it. Best
I
Christmas
could do
movie
without.
of all time. What do you mean you could do
I
without
could do
it?
without. I
It
could do
is so good.
It's so funny.
Clark Griswold is
hilarious.
hilarious. Hilarious.
I would like to make a shout out to Mrs. Christmas and tell her that it's not a coincidence that Christmas with the Cranks did not make any list. That's one of her favorites.
Really?
and That's a horrible movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
That's
so
a
we're just
horrible
attacking
movie.
people now.
It's okay.
We're okay.
It's
You have it
okay.
here, Mr. Christmas, as attacking his spouse on the Hills Youth Pod.
What I'm doing is making a very legit point that on 4 people here, each had 3 choices. That one never even made the cusp of a choice.
I forgot that was a movie, actually.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. Nobody remembers.
I don't even. I
Why?
haven't
Why?
even heard of
Why
that
could you go
movie.
without National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
It's because it's dumb.
It's hilarious.
Well, if you like dumb things, then
Bro,
yeah,
I mean,
it's hilarious.
The cat gets cooked.
All I'm saying. Okay, that's not the best argument here.
like,
Bryce.
listen, I win.
I was gonna defend it, but
The cat gets cooked. You're right, Bryce. It does. That does happen.
The squirrel scene is the
okay,
funniest
all
scene
right,
in the
all right.
entire
Hey,
movie.
have you? This is the second time I'm gonna give you some advice. There's a very famous saying by a very famous investor. First step to get out of a hole is to put down the shovel. Stop digging. you got to stop on this one, buddy. You just got to
Oh,
stop digging. It's a great movie because I personally can relate to the redneck family and all the chaos and all that stuff going on. I think that is where personally, like, if you have a super, upkempt family that isn't, but like, that's super tight or whatever it is, you might not be able to connect with that movie like I connect with that movie.
I think my issue with that particular movie is the main actor, help me out here, is Chevy Chase. Is that right? Is that how you say it? So I just am not a fan of his. He doesn't really.
I think he has a good performance in that movie.
Yeah, he doesn't really do it for me.
I haven't really kept up with Chevy Chase outside of one of my favorite TV shows, Community. But I think he's gold in that movie. But that's just my my personal input there.
So a question from Mr. Christmas to the panel: who here likes milk and cookies? Who's a milk and cookies?
I'm a milk and cookies
I like
guy.
milk and Oreos.
I'm a cookies guy. I don't like milk.
Oh, you seem like you don't like milk. You seem like your bones are easily
You
easily
like-
breakable.
like you're lactose intolerant.
Do you like milk?
I do like milk.
Man,
I'm lactose tolerant.
I
fresh
don't.
cow's milk. That's like my jam.
I want to try fresh.
Yeah, that's
cow's
good.
milk, but I've just never been like.
Your bones are gonna
I'm
snap.
just
Your bones
not
are gonna
gonna
snap.
go into the kitchen and pour myself a glass of milk. It's
Really?
not.
Man, I love it.
Yeah,
I would drink it for
I
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
you
if I
need
had
your
a choice.
calcium, Bryce. Maybe
guys-
if you drank more milk, you would have a better bone structure.
Who likes goat's milk?
I would rock some
That's
goat's
good
milk.
stuff.
I've never
had
had goat's milk.
Never.
Oh
had it.
man,
I like
think-
eggnog.
I think that's all I have left.
Wait, hold on. Oh, no, that's a great point, Zeke. Eggnog or no eggnog? Because there's nobody in the middle in this debate.
No eggnog.
I'm an eggnog guy.
Of course, you're
saying.
no eggnog. Right. Mr.
It's
Christmas
really
himself.
sweet,
Do you
but
condone
it's good.
eggnog?
By the gallons.
Oh, I love you. Yes,
the
absolutely,
gallons.
dude.
The s-
Absolutely.
The Southern Comfort is
Oh.
by far in the black
100%.
container.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
far the best.
Oh, you
You
know,
know
what you're
what?
talking about. This
I-
is Mr. Christmas. in the
I
flesh.
take back my statement. I've never had eggnog. Never
What series of decisions led to this?
I've just like when I think of eggnog, it's not something that I've ever like been like, oh yeah, I can't wait to try it. No, and so I just forget about it every year.
Between young Mr. Christmas. I'm relating my whole family to Mr. Christmas. Between young adolescent Christmas and myself,
Mr. Christmas Jr.
him and I, it's a race. Like when that stuff hits
me and my dad
when
are.
that stuff hits the fridge,
You guys fight for it, huh?
we just hit it out of the container, bro. We don't even pour it into like every time you walk past the fridge, it's just a couple of gulps and back in there. And then before you know it, like the first round Mrs. Christmas brought to the house, I dominated, dude. I hit that eggnog like it was going out of
And this is
style.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I dominated. And then he was like, what the heck? I got like one drink. And, and I was like, bro, you better get on it. So the next round that hit the fridge, oh my gosh, this kid went ham and he took it all. Like
What does
I
ham
put-
mean, Chad?
it means he went crazy.
What does
he
the
went
acronym
crazy.
stand for, though?
I don't know the answer to that.
interesting.
Are you gonna tell
I'm
me?
not going to tell you
Okay.
on this pod.
Oh.
Not a good idea. Anyways,
no!
Can I put y'all on for a second?
Uh-oh.
It's a Christmas tradition we have at our house. But one morning, my parents were making French toast, and there was no milk, and so we used
Ooh.
eggnog. And
Was it
ever since
legit?
then, we've made eggnog French toast every Christmas morning, and it is the best.
Dude, I for reals love that. That's
that
awesome.
have
sounds
to- you
amazing.
have
I
to
gotta
try it.
that.
You
That's
have
awesome.
to try it.
All right. Zeke just put
right,
everybody on
so
the spot.
good.
on.
New
It's
new
so
goal
good, dude.
for this Christmas season. I'm going to try my first drink of eggnog.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you think about it.
It's amazing.
and
it
here's
will
the
change
thing.
your life.
It's so polarizing
yeah.
because you there's nobody who's like, yeah, okay, eggnog's all right. Nobody on the planet. It is
No.
either eggnog is the greatest creation of all time, which is personally where I'm at. I think it's the best beverage ever.
Like
Or
I'm just sorry. Eggnog, like the name just doesn't sound appetizing.
Okay,
No,
and
the-
I'm with you. I'm with you there. That's not the marketing strategy was not there.
the marketing team wasn't there in the 1800s when
That's
this thing
right,
first
that's
came out.
right,
Like
but-
there wasn't the PR team, there wasn't the focus group, there wasn't the guy that just wanted to be nog to be simple. There was no minimalistic logo. It was just pure old fashioned 1800s glory and all of its finest creation. Okay.
Y'all want a sip of my nog?
Bryce, this is what you're gonna do. You're
Hey,
gonna
I'm
go
making
to
a new fresh batch of nog. Y'all head to the house.
Bryce, you're gonna go to
hilarious.
the grocery store. You're gonna get a little carton. You're gonna be like, "Oh, this is a little carton. Why is it so expensive?" And you're gonna drink the whole thing because it's
In
gonna be
one
so
gulp.
good.
In one
and
gulp.
your
In
stomach's
one
just gonna hurt.
No, it
No,
won't.
no. What are you
No,
talking
it
about?
won't.
This is for the week.
No, it
listen to me,
won't.
Bryce. Listen
It
to me,
won't.
Bryce.
It actually,
just like-
his might.
Just like Mr.
If he
Christmas
doesn't
told all
like
of us,
milk.
the black container, Southern Comfort, or whatever it is, that is the way to go.
Yep.
Sometimes it can be like you get the Safeway brand. It's like a little iffy sometimes. Like you can have a different Southern Comfort, black container eggnog. You're gonna try that, and you're going to drink, and you're going to sit down, and then you're going to think about your life choices for the last 18 years that have led to you not consuming eggnog.
I like how every time we have a conversation, you always tell me, we're going to do something and you're going to think about every decision that you've ever made.
And you did. You remember what time when we went and lifted and watched that movie? What did you
Yes.
think about every decision you ever made?
Of course, I thought about every decision.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
made.
That's my point. I'm right. Okay, you're gonna have eggnog and you're gonna like it. Darn it!
Quit
And
playing with my head.
Man, we're on question one.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
on
question
question one.
this is like question 1.5. All
We're on
right.
question two.
Chad, you're a
Yes.
musician in a sense, right?
No, I wouldn't call myself a musician.
Okay.
No.
You're a worship leader.
Okay.
Obviously, that means that you've been practicing, your Christmas songs.
Oh,
for the
boy.
big service.
Yes, we have.
So,
Shout out
Yeah.
Rachel Corley. Thank you for all your great leadership, Rachel Corley.
I guess kind of taking a spin on that, is there like a Christmas song or a Christmas carol that you absolutely love to listen to? You could listen to it on repeat.
Oh, there is several. So my favorite secular Christmas song.
Oh boy,
My
big moment, Mr. Christmas
Man.
himself.
What is it?
It's the rapping. Have you heard this song?
No.
No.
The Christmas rapping. It may be called Wrapping Paper. It's by the Waitresses.
Hold on. Waitresses?
Okay, now
Yes.
everybody's about to hear the song. Hold
This
on.
thing is
G.
but
G,
I
can
could
you
pu- I
put
could,
this
I
over?
could pull it up for you right now if I could find my cellular Mr. Christmas device. Here we go.
Hold on. We got.
Gee, if I put this right
G's
here-
gonna put it on.
Oh, he's gonna put it on?
We'll just
cool.
give him a second.
Cool. So that is my favorite. Let me make sure I'm calling it out right, G.
Rapping. What is it? By who?
The Waitresses.
Christmas
we go,
rapping.
here we go.
Christmas rapping by the Waitresses.
Oh, he's going to turn it on.
Oh, you're gonna Bluetooth it. Okay. That's
That's
big boy
that's
decision. Hang on,
yeah.
hang
Here
on.
we
All right,
go.
guys, we
So,
got a new
mm,
mixer, and this mixer is amazing.
Absolutely.
I just had to say that.
Shout out to Tony Sarko donors, but we are this mixer is beautiful, and we're gonna watch G do his magic. Shout out to G in the back. In a minute.
In a minute.
In a minute.
So-
We're not
so
gonna rush
why
it. We're
is
not
it
gonna rush
in a minute,
perfection.
in a minute.
Why is it your favorite,
Okay.
Chad?
Okay. So it is my favorite because one, it's just an absolute banger, and it's so obscure that I just can't help but love it.
Yeah.
The second favorite would be Mr. Christmas, the song by Brett Eldridge. Brett Eldridge is by far, if anybody is like, I don't know about Christmas music, if you download the two albums, one is Glow, the other one is Mr. Christmas by Brett Eldridge, it will change your Christmas music experience. Like, he's by far the best. But if I had to go more traditional Christian Christmas music, the first Noel would be my favorite.
That's a good one.
So
By the waitress.
I love Christmas music.
Who doesn't? It makes you feel all good inside.
Yeah, I'm ready. You
All
got her?
right.
You got her? go. That's it.
All right.
That's
All right.
amazing.
Christmas wrapping.
interesting.
I love
and
it, man.
I listen to it I would say well over 100 times a year.
Wow.
That's cool.
So there you go. It makes me happy.
It's a good song.
Love it.
What about you? Who here listens to Christmas music? First of all,
I'm
I like the
listening to
pen-
Christmas music now.
okay,
Love
perfect.
Christmas music.
I like the Pentatonics album.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
it. Pentatonics does Christmas
Pentatonics
upright.
is really
Yeah.
They do
I'll-
they do it upright.
I'll put that on whenever I look at Christmas lights on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Is that a tradition? Christmas
yeah,
Eve,
yeah.
Christmas lights?
Yep. Me and my
Interesting.
family will go in the car and we'll drive around to Christmas lights.
Oh, look.
And
At,
they-
okay, looking at
on the
them. Okay.
on the
Yeah.
news on the newspaper they'd have like the Christmas lights thingy. What they do, like they competed for the best Christmas
Oh,
lights.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and
okay.
We'd go and look at those, and then we'd some of the houses have like a little radio station you tune in.
Yeah.
So we'll get like hot cocoa and we'll go chill out.
So-
Samantha Lane's like the Christmas light. That's like the Christmas light street. Samantha Lane is where those the ones with the radio station and all
yeah,
that
it's,
are.
it's
Yeah.
legit. I have a
And
buddy
then
who
that
lives on
big,
Samantha.
big
It's-
house with like all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
My
do
buddy does
the-
the radio station.
We
and
do
does
the
whole
same thing, Zeke. We my family, especially my mom, is like really big on going and looking at Christmas lights. Except we don't do ours on Christmas Eve. We do ours on the first day of Christmas break.
Ah.
So that's when we do it. So, but you like Pentatonics. I really,
yeah.
I really enjoy Pentatonics too. I think what they do is incredible over there. Graham, what do you think, bud? Oh, he's chewing.
He thinks that burrito's good. That's what he's thinking.
That is exactly what I think, Mr.
We'll
Christmas.
just, we'll
Give me a
just
moment.
wait. We'll just wait. We're waiting.
But Chad, speaking of Pentatonics, last
All right, I'm interrupting
Christmas
you now.
service, you
yes.
guys kind of did that.
You
We
guys-
did a pentatonics. We did a pentatonic song for
It was cool.
Christmas Eve service, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how they do all of them. Like it was a lot of work
Difficult, yeah.
to pull that one song off. I mean, we're already practicing Christmas music now. We've been practicing Christmas music for Christmas Eve services here at Hills, but it was that one in particular was a ton of work. I don't know how they do it all the time. They're extremely talented.
All
So
right,
my personal Christmas music, I think you can't go wrong with the greatest Christmas album of all time, in my opinion. This is a big statement, but I think there's a reason for it.
Okay,
A Jolly Christmas by Frank Sinatra.
there we go. Yeah,
Frank Sinatra.
I
You can't
coulda
go
bet
wrong with
that.
you can't go wrong with Frank.
Can't go for. I don't like the 90s. I don't like the new pop. I don't like the Mariah Carey. Like, no offense to the classic. All I Want for Christmas, but she also makes millions of dollars per year. I'm not making that stat up. I can't remember the exact number of millions, but it's millions in plural per year
Off of that song.
off of that song.
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Like for this, there's this 1 month stretch that she's just making bank.
Hey, listen,
And I can't hate. I can't hate.
that song.
It's at every store.
Every every place in America, man. It's I
Yeah.
cannot hate. Taylor, like it or not, Taylor Swift will never have a classic like Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas. Is
well, I think she tried to
and
at
failed.
one point when she was like a country artist.
Taylor.
and he just
Taylor,
won't.
who?
Oh,
Taylor Swift.
that horrible, horrible woman.
Just
There's
bleep it.
another
Just
nickname I
bleep
have
it,
for her,
dude.
but
just bleep it.
Yeah, bleep her name.
Just bleep,
Bleep her
dude.
name.
Taylor.
Thank you.
She grew up on a Christmas tree farm.
And she hates Jesus.
That thing's out of control. Somebody, where is his supervisor? Where is his supervisor?
You need to stop.
G Unit has went out
Oh
of
my
control with the
gosh.
new board. Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
But
you do enjoy Christmas music.
I
then.
love Christmas music.
So
I think,
we're a full panel of Christmas music
100%.
Yes.
loving Christians.
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. I am going to say something controversial.
Uh-oh.
Why? We were so harmonious for a minute.
I know this isn't how you guys feel about this either,
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
but I think if I don't say it, nobody will.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, no.
Christmas after Thanksgiving. Christmas music does not start playing in my household till after Thanksgiving.
No.
I think you need, I said this last pod, and I'm going to say it this spot too. You need to have the season to be completely engulfed in being thankful.
I knew you were part of
Being
the
able
broad road.
to
You weren't
appreciate
finding
it.
the narrow gate. I knew it. I knew it. I
Hey,
knew it.
All I'm saying is that you need your time to be able to appreciate your blessings and what you have before the capitalist which roots back to pagan traditions, grabs a hold of you.
Do you just wait? So you're just saying, well, I only give thanks and praise to God during certain times so that I can settle in.
If I'm too focused on all the stuff around Christmas, all the blur, there's a lot of people who struggle during Christmas, Chad, and I feel like I want to be able to appreciate and have a grounding. That way I can truly enjoy it, rather than just being about gifts and being about presents and not the true meaning of Christmas. Did you really understand the Polar Express, Chad?
I could I could skip Halloween. Like I'm not saying I'm against Halloween. Like I go trick or treating with, my kids go, well, I guess the young adolescent Mr. Christmas is not really trick or treating.
Mr. Junior Christmas.
It's not really trick or treating anymore, but I take the youngest junior Mrs. Christmas trick or treating. I partake, but if everybody in my family was to say, "Hey, we don't want to do Halloween. We're just going to go ahead and start with Christmas and set up Christmas."
Set up the Christmas tree.
I agree with that.
Flipping
I could
game.
agree with that.
I'm
I will
game.
say this year, because we had such an early snow earlier this November, it's one where it's like, all right,
It could come early.
I'm indulging.
It could come
for
early.
sure.
Yeah.
I've been indulging since, earlier November, and it's like, all right, okay. And Thanksgiving's late this year. I don't want to wait that long. You know what I mean?
Like when
That's
I
less than a month of Christmas time if you celebrate, because Thanksgiving's is the last week of November this year.
Right.
well
yeah.
this year it is very it's
And so
it's tight.
I am
It's
saying
tight.
for all the people who are like, wait till after November,
It's because the
This
government
year-
hates Christians.
you got it. Okay, dude.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm pretty sure the last election just said the complete opposite. What is the matter with you?
I don't know.
Dude, this is like we got to give you a strike counter, man.
Like this is funny.
Oh, you're gonna
This
give
is
me
funny.
a strike counter.
It used to be
We
Graham,
could make
now
a
it's you, Bryce.
compilation.
We
of
can't turn
YouTube.
on
we,
each other,
we can make
boys.
a compilation from this episode.
We
so
have to
far.
unite.
Do we want to talk about what we just like at the intro that we
We
just had to
unity.
cut?
We can't.
Unity.
We can't.
I think we should bring that up. Bryce.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should.
Yeah.
Unity.
I don't think we
Unity.
should.
Unity.
But
Order in the court.
I think we should not turn on each other, fellas.
Order in the
Okay.
court.
All right. So
Order in the court.
next, so that kind of leads us into this question, and maybe Mr. Christmas, you can kind of shed some light on the topic.
I'm in
Why-
I'm in microphone peril over here. Hold on.
Why do you think? Oh, he's struggling.
Okay, we're back.
Good.
Okay.
Why do you think Christmas time fills so many people's hearts with joy? Like, why do you think Christmas time is the most joyous time of year? Like, what about the spirit affects people?
Mr. Christmas himself. You got to have some
I
deep
think
knowledge on this.
I
right?
think that all kidding aside, I think that when we think of Christmas, right? Christ is in the name. And we have as a culture, we have linked it with the birth of Jesus.
Right.
And so you can't help but know that the Bible is inherently good. Jesus is inherently good. Christ is inherently good. And so when we link that with a holiday, what's to follow is kind of just inherently good. I think that's for me, I think that's the main focal point. And as a culture, because of that, we've centered it around selflessness. We've centered it around giving, caring, reaching out to others. And when you do that, it's kind of what makes the dang thing magical. It's just because all of a sudden, your birthday's about you.
Right.
Yeah.
Halloween's about you. Thanksgiving, you could
It is not about you. Don't
you
try to
could
twist
say-
it.
you
But
could
it's
say-
not nearly a celebration that Christmas is.
No, and so there's
There's no
there's a
Thanksgiving morning. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. Macy Day's Parade, I guess.
Okay. You
I
just
just
you
think of
throw it on the
family.
background while you're
Yeah,
cooking. That's
Thanksgiving.
what the
That's-
Macy's Day's Parade
that's
is.
exactly
You know what
it.
I mean?
But then I just think that when you put all those things together, just makes it really cool.
Yeah.
It makes it really cool.
Yeah. I think that Christmas is probably an incredible time of year. And to be honest with you, I don't love Christmas just because of Christmas. I think I actually prefer Christmas time over it all. I think I really love the anticipation up till Christmas morning. I love Christmas Eve, and I think that it is such a time where we um, accentuate. Is that the right word that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Where we accentuate community and selflessness and all of these things. And I think that it does stem from what we see in the Bible, from what we see what Jesus did.
Can I jump on that real quick?
Of course.
So I have a little personal story. This is from last Christmas. Last year. Okay, dude. This
Okay.
is okay. You know what? I take that back. That is, yeah. No.
Why,
Anyways,
Bryce? No,
why?
I'm kidding.
All right,
I'm
all
just,
right, all right. Look,
just
man, we just
kidding,
had
just kidding.
great Frank Sinatra. Whatever, man. Last Christmas, I had a dream that I would like. It was one of those where it's like about Christmas. Like this is, and I woke up so excited. I was ready for it. I was like, you know what? I'm on this. It was December 29th when I woke up. I was so, and I like last
man.
Christmas, I was like, I didn't.
You were like, gosh dang it.
I was, I was locked in on studying and trying to get all my everything together, and there was a lot going on. So I wasn't like completely in the Christmas spirit, and that dream got me there. And I woke up, I played Christmas music, and then I looked at the day, and I'm like, dude,
Dang it.
I was, but I think
2
you're
days
right.
left.
Having that anticipation, having the Christmas, like, there's no Halloween, like to an extent there is, but there's not Halloween anticipation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Oh,
like,
wow. Let's get candy, guys.
like there's, everybody's planning their Halloween parties and stuff, but Christmas is, you have this season, you have this buildup, you have, eggnog only being sold during, Thanksgiving, Christmas era. You only have, you have the music in the stores, you have the decorations everywhere, and you have this overwhelming feeling of just joy and nostalgia. Makes you feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
And that's what Christmas is, even if it does have pagan roots. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But Bryce, I'm going to let you go back on that.
So, I think I can speak for everybody when we say that we love presents and all that stuff. But for me, I think especially as I've gotten older, presents aren't the thing that I'm looking forward to anymore on Christmas.
No, not at all.
It's the fact that I'm with the people that I love the most, that I cherish the most. And you
You're
know
not
what
with
I've
me
realized?
on Christmas, Bryce.
You-
Kidding.
and you know what I've realized? I actually love giving gifts more than I love receiving them. I
I'm s-
love
like-
bringing joy to other people.
I completely agree. At this stage of my life, like I have all my gifts picked out for everybody. Like this early, I have them all ready, and I'm just so excited to be able to give them to them. Like that's what I'm like. I could care less about what I get, man. Like I could get a bag of coal for all I care. I'm like, oh, cool, I can start a cool fire. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm thrilled about being able to give and
Yeah.
be able to enjoy
Like-
the people I love's company,
yeah, like I have
even if Bryce is not there.
I have 2 younger cousins that I spend Christmas with, and the best part of Christmas Eve for me is being with my family and watching those 2 who are at that age where they are really loving the gifts and getting those blessings from everybody else, and just sitting down. My grandpa makes all of his grandkids hot chocolate, and we all sit down and watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and that is my favorite time of Christmas, not the presents, but the joy that we can bring
Yeah.
to other people and the community that we have around us. That's what I love about Christmas.
To be honest, I could do without giving or getting presents. I could do Christmas without presents, period.
Interesting.
I think that, like, I've always liked Christmas, but after I got married, Bryce has been to my house at around Christmas time, and my wife goes out
It's a different thing. I walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the North Pole.
like my
She's
wife
got gnomes everywhere.
Okay.
she goes out of her way to
Are-
make it really, really special and really just, I don't even know. It's like whenever you go somewhere, right? And you're okay, so let's say you go to the Polar Express, and they're
Just about to
gonna
ask about that.
they're gonna decorate it to make it look like, the North Pole and all the things. And compared to my house, it's underwhelming. And that's the God's honest truth. And so for me, she makes such a special effort for it to be just a really special time of the year. Like, I can't wait to get to my house, get the fire going and the Christmas lights and just like this whole time of year, the earlier she sets it up, the happier I am because it's just like it's the best for me. And so really once we got married and that started to become part of my every year life, it's really helped elevate my love for Christmas and my want to participate in Christmas and be, I mean, before it was cool or whatever, but since I've had a family, it's changed a lot for me. So for me, when it's set up and we're hanging out and everybody's there and the kids are having friends over for parties and all of the things, I could do without. If somebody said, "Hey, we're not doing gifts this year either way," cool. I'm good with that. I want to be around y'all. I want to be in this setting, and I want it to be this magical time of year, which it always is.
Chad, can I ask you a very personal question?
You can.
Living or dead Christmas, or living or fake Christmas tree, I guess.
Well, for me, it's gonna have to go fake.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
It's gonna have to go fake. I have seen one of your family's Christmas trees. The year I was in your house around Christmas, that was the biggest living Christmas tree I have ever seen. That was
We went to Colorado to chop it down. If you're watching the video podcast, my boy G will throw up a picture of this one of our monstrosities. We do it every year. We probably won't do it this year though because of my dad. But
why don't you take the reins on it?
It was.
We both have to,
dude. You couldn't this thing.
This is a 2-person job, and my sister is not hauling this with me.
This is like
if you wanna, if one of you guys wanna help, come
I'll
up
help.
with us.
I'll help.
I might get G to or not G.
I'll help.
I might get Zeke to come up here and help me help
Let's
us
do
take
it.
that down. But dude,
Let's do
it is a problem.
But but the reason I go fake is because one, I really enjoy the lights being pre-installed because
it's a perk. It's a perk.
They're perfect, and I'm a huge fan of the flocked, like full flocked, heavy looking snow. Like that's a dusting of a flock. I'm like.
Just white
I
Christmas.
want that
yeah.
tree to be white. Yeah.
Understood. I sometimes we'll do an artificial, like a spray flock on the real living.
Yeah.
Like
What
put
do you
it out
just
there, man.
do it from 7 foot down?
That was when we were still buying the Lowe's Christmas trees in the old house. But yeah, I think there's something about a live Christmas tree, man. Being able to walk into a room and smell it, just the smell alone is worth it. And also having everybody who comes to your house within a month-long span see a monstrosity. We didn't take it down till April.
Yeah.
I guess 2024, April 2024, because we were being lazy. And it was hilarious because it was, past Valentine's Day, and you're still having this massive Christmas tree in my house. But
my grandma sets up Christmas before Halloween and takes it down on Valentine's Day every year.
You know what? I
Good
can't
for
hate
Grandma
on that.
Stotts.
I can't hate on that.
Well,
Yeah, Grandma Christmas.
Grandma Stotts is passed, but Grandma Bartels is
Your mom's maiden name is Bartel?
Bartels.
Bartels?
Yes, with an S. Yeah,
That's
Bartels.
interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yes. Grandma Bartels.
Grandma Bartels.
I have always had a fake Christmas tree, but I've cut a live one before. And it was the day after I was hunting, or the day that I was hunting. We were heading back, and we had an elk and a deer in the back of the truck because I got both in the morning, the last day of my hunt. And we came back with a little 4-foot tall tree because we got a little permit for it. And that was the best day ever.
I love this story so much.
This was last year's.
Yeah, that's one of
for reference.
Oh, wow.
Holy Moses.
yeah. How
Yeah.
tall is that? That's like 12 foot.
That's huge.
It's around 18 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big
I
one.
didn't cut one that big. This one was probably a quarter the size, but yeah.
This
What-
is
what is
the
this?
year before.
What's Vaughn-
That's a
what's Vaughn-
16-foot ladder.
Oh, Vaughn has
Oh,
brought
no
some-
way. No way.
He's brought
Thank you so much.
This is almond?
Okay, hang on. Yeah, gluten free. Yeah.
Vaughn, what is
We're
wrong
not
with
letting.
you?
We are not letting. No,
I'm
he's gluten
kidding.
free.
I'm
We
kidding.
can't.
I'm kidding. I'm
Look,
kidding.
some eggnog's better than
Sorry.
nothing.
Sorry.
We're not letting Bryce try this because I do not want his first experience
Christmas spirit.
with eggnog to be almond.
It looks watery.
It kind of is. It's don't give Bryce a cup. Don't give Bryce a cup. This is an eggnog.
Okay, so the flavor is good. The flavor is good, but the mouth coating is missing. You know what I mean?
Mouth
Yeah.
coating?
Yeah, the thick,
Yes.
the
It's
thick,
thick.
the thickness
This is not like milk.
from eggnog. The thickness, yeah, that's what we're
That's
doing.
what
right
Wait,
here.
wait.
that's
So
what
what
we're up in.
exactly is this?
Dude, do you know?
Almond eggnog.
Do you
Almond milk
know?
eggnog.
Do you know how much flack? Do you know how much flack?
Hang on. Bryce, this is not real eggnog.
This is not the real thing.
This is just a
Hey,
poor
hey.
imitation.
This
Bryce?
is a sampling.
Bryce, it only gets better from here.
Yeah.
That's hey.
If you like it, then
Let's
you're gonna
go,
love
Zeke.
eggnog.
That was perfect.
If you don't like it, well, you're still gonna like eggnog.
Did
'cause
you
it's
hear what
eggnog.
Zeke said?
It's
it
only
only,
up.
gets better from here, Bryce.
Yes, sir.
This is like your first taste into the Bible, young man. When you read in there and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" It only goes up.
This is like
It only gets better.
once you hear
It's like
about
reading
all those
Matthew for the
animals
first time.
on the
It's
ark,
like, well, yeah, then you get to read
It's better.
John and you get to read all these great books. But hey, Matthew's great.
yeah,
This is what this is. Okay, this is Matthew.
and you get to Revelation, scary. That's when you're putting. That's when
that's
you're
why it's
putting.
in the end.
That's when you're putting liquor in your eggnog. That's you went too far. You went too far. Like you've taken it
Oh my
beyond
God.
what
Amen.
is supposed to
Amen.
happen.
Amen. Yeah, if you can get drunk off of
Okay.
eggnog, it's not eggnog.
Okay. Guys, I'm kind of scared.
Hey, could we is there G Unit? G Sizzle. Is there anything
This is
that
another
we could
nickname we have
could
for
we
you, bro.
could we play we need
Why
some
does it
kind
smell
of
like bubble gum?
could we get
don't
is
know,
the
sorry.
Bryce,
Christmas
it only
wrap,
gets
is the
better.
That's not
Christmas
normal
wrapping
eggnog
still
smell.
queued up? Are we still there? Okay, do not start this till we have some music to back you up. I feel like you need it. I feel like you
White
need it.
Christmas, Frank Sinatra. Come on, I got you.
You know what? It works. It just it's not right, but it
gets
works.
you through. It gets you through.
It's you know what? It has the fix.
In a pinch, it would. Hey,
It'll
excuse
last
me.
me until I get
Excuse
home.
me. Could I get my glass filled? Thank you.
Yeah, this will last me until I get home, so then I can get.
Here we go. Okay, Bryce,
All right, you ready for this, man?
give her a go.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, I love this.
We literally hit that whole thing.
1 out of
It's
10.
just these little cups. You know what I mean? That's why your kid
Maybe-
can drink a whole thing when you don't even know
I
what
mean,
happened. He just
like
gone.
like it's good, but the way you guys described it, it's not like heaven on my tongue.
Well, this
Okay.
is
It's
remember.
almond. It only gets
This
better.
is the
Goes
almond milk.
up. This is Abraham's bosom. This is not the real thing. This is
Well-
like the holding place for the real eggnog.
This is
it'll
Saul.
suffice.
This is
like,
this is a call out to what we were talking about earlier that you got cut from the pod. They're missing a whole half of the book, man. You're like they're missing. They
This
just
is
got
Saul
the first
before he
5.
becomes
I'm never
Paul.
getting asked back. I'm on a wild train tonight of referencing Abraham's bosom to almond eggnog.
so. It's all right.
Hey,
I will
hey,
say-
what does that say on the bottle, Vaughn? No. Hold it up. Holiday nog.
Holiday
Nog.
nog.
So
Anybody want to?
Hey, do you
anybody
want
it's
some
wanna
like-
nog? You want some nog, Chad?
Some nog.
it's good, like, but maybe it's just because it's the almond stuff. This isn't something that I would crave.
Okay, and I'm
that's,
with you.
That's
I'm-
fair.
That's
This is half of eggnog's glory.
yes.
Like it's good. It's like, but it's not.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody give Vaughn a round of applause.
Yeah. Thank you.
for offering us holiday nog.
Wish you could have gotten the real thing, but thank you, Vaughn.
Thank you.
So hey, gee, great use. Before whatever you were doing was
Oh, yeah,
absolute
dude.
trash, but great use of the new pad. So we appreciate that.
Is there cinnamon in this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've
egg-
never had eggnog
It's
before.
eggnog, bud.
It's not eggnog.
It's
nog.
nog.
Yeah, but my mamaw,
We're missing the eggs there.
You have a mamaw?
I do have a mamaw. She grew up in Texas.
Dude, that's
Okay.
No one
I have a
expects
question.
that.
okay.
did they?
So
Why
normally
did you add that detail out of all of the details? You could have given her name. You could have
Sheldon,
like said your
mamaw,
relation.
like listen,
She grew up in Texas.
Well-
it kind of needs to be said. Like, if you have a mamaw, where is she from?
That's
You
a-
know what I mean?
That's
like,
a great point.
where
I am
does she-
automatically assuming Georgia at the minimum.
like exactly.
She's
so,
from Eastern Texas.
Okay.
Okay.
She met my Papa Bird, and they got married.
Is that
They
his
moved.
name?
His
Bird?
name is Ralph Bird.
Ralph.
So,
Bird.
What a
okay.
so
last
my
name, man.
mom's maiden name is Bird.
Okay.
So
Are
I'm
you-
half Bird.
Are you related to Mr. Bird?
Yes, I am related to Mr. Bird.
Dude,
he's my
so
uncle.
chill.
He's my uncle.
And he seems like he comes from your family. Like
Yeah.
he's just chill though. He's
Everybody
just-
thinks I'm like exactly like him.
yeah,
Anyway,
he's smart.
um,
He's smart.
but yes. So
Yeah.
anyway, where was I going? My mamaw was the one who started this tradition of putting Sprite in their eggnog, and it kind of
That's-
turned me off. I was like, "Why are you putting soda in your eggnog?"
Yeah, that's not
like that
good.
doesn't.
that's terrible. That
Yeah,
is
that's not good.
sacrilege. That is.
You
Yeah.
could have told us that that's where that started. We would have known Eastern
Anyway,
Texas.
saint
We
of
wouldn't
a-
have needed
saint
to
of a
know.
woman.
We would have already.
I
known.
love my mamaw, saint of a woman.
Yeah.
She can't be that great.
Hey,
I don't. If
Hey!
she's putting Sprite in eggnog, I'm just saying.
Don't
like
take the
she
bait.
has some serious problems.
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Hey, but honestly, before we got eggnog derailed, dude, your story of a deer, an elk, and a Christmas tree.
Yes.
That's my new dream. Like that's
yeah.
my new like. I want to do that.
Yeah. Literally, like right when the sun came up, I saw a deer. Boom, shot him point blank.
Got it.
And then I saw an elk about 300 yards out. So we stalked him. I tried to get as close as I could without startling him.
Yeah.
Got on my knee. Boom. And then packed that one out. And then on the way back, the guy that I
Chopping
was
down a
hunting
Christmas
with, he
tree.
was like, "Hey, let's go get a Christmas tree." And I was like, "Do we even have room?" He's like, "Yeah, come on." And so I go cut one down. And it wasn't that big, but
No,
yeah,
but still, that's an
Yeah.
awesome story.
it was amazing.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best. Has anybody ever cut one down with a shotgun?
I have not cut down with one with a shotgun.
It's pretty fun.
I've cut one down with a sawzall that's dead, so you just had to like move it like a. We got a chainsaw the next year, a gasoline chainsaw, and 2 cans. There was no running out.
And
of
that's the
juice.
walk of shame. If you're using a sawzall as a bow saw, that's the walk of
yeah, it was
shame right
pretty, and
there.
it took us a good hour to get like we found the tree, and then like it's like it dies like halfway through cutting it, and these are thick trees.
well, that's
You
what I
gotta
was going to
keep in
say. Your
mind, right?
family
Like,
picks like
these are
the biggest
these trees
ponderosa
are-
available.
these trees are
Yeah.
probably 500 pounds ish.
Yeah.
These are legit trees. This is what I'm talking about. Like I can't do this all by myself.
No,
you
you
guys,
need,
I'm
like,
pretty
3
strong.
at least.
You
Like-
need it's me and my dad, and it takes us a long time to
The
get there. so-
McWilliams don't
like-
do saplings.
Like every
No.
Christmas, there's a paper shortage because of the McWilliams.
Yes, absolutely. We
Like,
we hate the environment, and
It's-
we're taking. Okay, I'm
what
kidding.
well, your
but
dad
yeah.
owns an oil.
Okay,
and
calm
gas
down, calm down,
industry.
calm down.
I think that's
cut
the
that.
least of your worries.
No, no, but sometimes.
On
Oh.
Christmas?
Yes, just find a place,
a
dude.
camping Christmas.
Tell me that's,
That's
not
also
fire.
waking
that's
up.
also my new favorite dream.
Like
Camping on
seriously,
Christmas?
camping Christmas. You put your trees around like a living, massive tree. You have a fire.
Christmas,
You roast a ham over the fire.
Christmas Eve.
Boom.
I want to come home with a deer, an elk, and a Christmas tree,
Yep.
and I want to wake up and camp on Christmas Day.
That is-
Perfect Christmas.
Wow.
That's the deal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I never thought I could be inspired on this podcast.
The day
and
after
I have
sucks
been.
because you have to butcher everything, but yeah.
You never
Chad-
thought you could be inspired on this podcast,
I
Chad? I'm a little
never-
offended, man.
Never.
Chad,
He's no longer Mr. Christmas. He's Chad now. could you?
Watch your mouth with me, young man.
No, man, you're not. It's
Mr. Christmas. to
Zeke's
you.
the only one who's employed by you. I'm
Mr.
good for right
Christmas.
now.
Mr. Christmas.
Zeke, are you an elf?
Yeah, I'm an elf.
Are you like you follow his lead?
Yep.
Gotcha. Understood.
I don't even have contact with Zeke.
I think I can save you half the time with a sawzall because I use a sawzall every day.
Well, I mean, it's not much good if it's dead, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
true.
dead.
That was we can use a sawzall. We're not that bad. It was just dead.
Yeah.
No, okay. But Christmas, unfortunately, we touched on this a little bit earlier. Was Jesus born on December 25th, Zeke?
No, he was born in spring. I don't know when exactly in spring.
But he was in springtime.
the spring of Christmas Eve.
So where
I'm
did
not gonna
Christmas
put up
come
with this.
from?
I'm not going to put up with this indoctrination of ridiculousness that y'all have come up with. Like, I don't even know how this. Here's one thing, and folks, I need you to understand. I'm not talking about trash about a man that's not here. He's sitting right over there. Von Craver has great leadership ability, but in some places, he has led you all astray.
By justifying Halloween. No, I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? Like the last podcast, we're talking about how Halloween is so Christian. And then this one, we're going to talk about how Christmas is so not. What is the matter with you all? Like, seriously.
Hey, you watched the podcast.
Like,
I'm impressed with that.
what is
that's a
hap-
win.
Of course, Jeff was on it.
Hey man, go talk to Jeff, not us, man. That's his. No, okay, but
No, but seriously,
the
like,
history-
honestly. I don't even know how to. I don't.
thanks, G. All right.
So he's born in spring. What's the point?
Jesus' birthday is.
There's
May
no
5th.
point.
Do you want us
But-
to just cancel Christmas?
No.
Okay,
we
dude, you got
can't
to.
do
All
that.
right.
We can't cancel Christmas.
We are not.
Christmas is
canceling
amazing.
Christmas.
It brings families together. It is you go to church, you listen to a lot of
Christmas music. And a lot of Christian music.
Okay, let's get the filter up.
and then candlelight service. Can't go wrong with candlelight service.
No, you cannot.
Dude, Rachel Corley's Silent Night
Christmas
every year
Eve.
brings me to tears.
I
where
thought
you
this.
can't
I thought
sleep.
this was going to be the year I took it over, Bryce.
You're gonna do just.
I
as good.
didn't. I didn't end up. She had me on there for a little bit, like as when you look on Planning Center, I was gonna be the lead. I thought this was my year. Like, man, I've made the big times. You know what I mean? And I got taken off.
Rachel Corley has done Silent Night since before I was born.
Rachel Corley.
She will not give it up till the
She
day
might have
dies.
wrote it. How old is she? I don't even know. She might have wrote it.
She absolutely wrote it. she sent it via pigeon carrier
Yeah.
to the original singer.
I have
True story, by the way. Ask her about it.
I've derailed you. I've derailed you.
All right,
so
all right,
what's
all
your
right.
point about the pagan
So
Christmas?
the
It's not
original
It's not real.
Well, it's not real. Like, what's the point?
originally
Christmas is so unchristlike.
No,
That's what I'm
Christmas-
hearing.
Okay, calm down now. I don't think anybody said that, but you started hating on some people earlier. I'm just gonna put that up. All right, so
What are we talking about?
it's Christ-like. All right.
All right, let me put y'all on
No, hear me out.
after you.
Saturnalia. I'm totally butchering that name, but the celebration of
Did
the
you
Roman.
mean salmonella?
Definitely not
That's a food
salmon. I
poisoning,
have
young
had
man.
I've had that. It's bad. But no, coast of Africa, it was great. But no, Kenya is not the coast of Africa, by the way. But that's where I had
Raw
that.
chicken. That's how you get it.
It was great. I loved it. Anyways, Saturnalia or something like that is the holiday to celebrate the Roman god Saturn. And that was oriented around the Christmas time. You also to celebrate winter solstice, which was the idea of renewing in the Roman and pagan traditions. You had in Sol Invictus, right? So those two main holidays celebrated by Romans and Greeks throughout were around the wintertime. So the church at the time decided that this is a problem. We have a lot of Romans that aren't converting because they love their winter holidays. And so
So it was
Yeah,
a marketing strategy for
little bit.
salvation.
a little bit, and the idea of renewing was already of having anew, of starting afresh, was already deeply indoctrinated into these winter celebrations. With Christ's whole thing being renewing, and there's a stupid amount of verses that can support that concept, but the church decided that December 25th to allow some of the new people to become the new Romans, the new pagans who were interested in the faith, but held back whatever, can be comforted, and that can celebrate instead of celebrating these pagan ideas, can celebrate God in the highest form. And so that's where some of the origins of Christmas came from.
I wish I didn't know that.
Is there a question in there?
No, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's just there's so much
You
Christmas
just-
spirit.
Listen,
and now I
you
feel
just
depressed.
you just have to ask yourself one question. Do the listeners want to know? Do they want to really do they want to know?
It's,
And
you
I
know
know
what?
that your youth pastor has told you that they do.
Hang on. No,
I know.
I don't want to know this, but the thing is, we have to be able to understand and back our
Yes.
claims on
Yes.
our holidays,
No,
right?
That is
we
You're gonna get told
don't.
by people. You're gonna get
No,
told by
we
people that you're.
Don't have to.
Yes, you are absolutely do.
Who has ever
Apologetics.
come up to you? Who has ever come up to you and said, "Oh, well,
Pagans.
your Christian
Pagans.
holiday is da da da"?
I've
No one.
I've actually heard that.
No one.
Unfortunately, middle school is a weird place, but my point
hey,
is,
but you know what though?
Xmas.
You know what though?
yeah,
I
it's
will
it's
side with
happy
Graham.
holidays, Chad.
I will
It's
side
happy
with
holidays.
Graham just
You
because
shut your dirty mouth.
I'm
just
kidding.
because
Okay,
I will
You
agree
know
with
what?
Graham.
Somebody has been making fun
Out
of
of
the
left-
rest of the holidays.
Out of left field, he slings one to the home plate.
What kind of cake do you make him?
You know what? It's different every year.
Is it a red velvet cake? Because I feel like that's a Santa cake if I've ever seen one.
I don't know. Maybe a red velvet cake.
I think you
I'm
should
not
do red
sure.
velvet cake this year, or white for the renewing of our sins.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't even know if I can celebrate Christmas. Like, is that
Well-
going against God? Am I?
No,
am
not
I
at
aligning
all.
my-
You're missing the
am
point.
I-
You're missing the point there.
Ugh.
If that's your think about you find somebody who's attacking the faith saying that, and that's your reaction.
I walk away. Have a nice day.
Amen.
You guys have a great time discussing amongst yourselves. I'm going to
Have
go
fun on
sit
the
by my
wide path.
fire. Go. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit by my fire and drink my hot cocoa, and I'll see you at Christmas Eve service, and hopefully you get straightened out there. You know what I mean? I
Have
don't
fun
to-
on the wide path, guys.
Like, that's not something I'm defending.
Bryce, are you telling us we're going to go to hell
No.
because we acknowledge history? I think that's what you're telling us.
It's not impossible.
I think that's all right. All right.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so I
in-
have went a little rogue here tonight. The Santa suit is it will pull you
Mr.
in weird
Christmas.
it will pull you in weird directions. Well, I'm Mr. Christmas dressed up as Santa. I've already established that.
Yeah.
It will pull you in weird
You guys
directions.
have similar uniforms. It's okay.
It will pull you in weird directions. So
But you know what, guys? In all honesty, and I know that we kind of talked about it. Graham kind of brought it up just a little bit ago. Christmas can be kind of a hard time for some people. You know, we are living in a time where a lot of people have economic issues. They don't have enough money in their checking accounts. Some people who don't have a single dollar to their name. And, you know, Chad, how would you encourage them this season?
well, I think more than just economic issues, we have kids that and I'm just going to speak within our youth group because that's where my experience is, but there's kids, the divorce households, there could be there could be all kinds of money there, but you see these kids torn between two worlds and forced to go one place for half the week and forced to go to the next place, and they might even be the complete opposite. They might be overshadowed, like there might be gifts, abundant gifts, because the parents are desperately trying to make up for the situation that they've put them in. And I would argue that those kids might even be hurting more than a kid that's loved and just lacking economic means.
Yeah.
So for me, I've always tried to recognize it, and even before worship, you know, and or during announcements or whatever it is, I've always tried to recognize and bring forth the fact that this isn't. Not everybody's got my home. Not everybody's got a wonderful place full of love and goodness and decency and all of the things that go with that make my Christmas so special. Not everybody has that. And so in that sense, in that world, I think Christ being the center of this holiday season is the only way that they can find any comfort in it.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're not magically just gonna walk away and be and come through Christmas and it's just gonna be better because they got some presents or didn't get some presents or all of the things. If they don't have Christ to lean on, it's gonna be tough for them, and it's gonna be really hard. And there's a lot of kids that are new. I mean, I talked to a kid just not Sunday, not yesterday, but Wednesday, and I know her situation, and I know her past, and I know that her parents are on a struggle bus kind of situation, and so divorced, and mom against dad, and they're trying to use the kid to go back and forth and all the things. And I just asked her, I said, hey, Christmas coming up, this is kind of a new situation for you. How are you feeling? And her response was terrified. She's terrified. She doesn't know how it's going to go. It's her first year in this life, and she's nervous to stay either place. It would almost be better for her if she could just go to her grandparents. And so we have to recognize that there's kids that are going through that, and the best we can do for them is encourage them, love on them, and make them feel at home when they're with us, and make them feel that Christmas spirit, that Christmas love when they're in our presence as much as possible.
Yeah.
As much as possible.
Absolutely. You gotta keep in mind what it's for.
Yep.
I think it's I think it's incredibly important that people realize that as fun and as amazing as Christmas is, and we're so excited for the gifts, and we're so excited for the music and the movies and all of that, which are great parts of Christmas, parts that I think everybody really, really enjoys. The most important part is to keep Jesus and faith at the center of this holiday, at the center of this season. And I think we all know people who are going through struggles. You know about this girl who's going through familial issues. I go to school with people who are struggling financially. I go to school with people who are in divorced households who are struggling because their mom and dad, that they never get to spend the holidays with one of their parents because they're always with the other one. And I think the most important part is to remind them of why we celebrate and what our mission here is, and what they should be faithful for, thankful for.
And I don't mean to jump right back on the topic. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but I think the other thing that's really important that we can tell these kids, and that if you guys are speaking to your peers, their life right now, the way Christmas is right now, does not have to be the legacy that they leave. They are capable and more than able to start a Christmas anew in their life and in their family. And maybe right now, because they're under someone else's household, they're under someone else's roof, maybe they're kind of stuck in the way things are. Maybe they're not. Maybe they could make suggestions to their parents that could affect their Christmas and affect the way that their holiday goes. And they, if that's a possibility, I certainly encourage them to do that. But at the very least, when they're outside of these households, they have the capability of making this time of year whatever they want.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage them also in right now is not forever. This is a short time, and they can start something new just around the corner. And I know it seems like a long time away, but really they can start a new legacy within their own life.
Yeah,
a new
absolutely.
tradition.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about this recently. I had this conversation, but I want to make sure that, like, for my kids, like, the next generation ahead of me, that I am providing, and I'm in that position. I don't want to be that in that area and put my kids in that position. Growing up, Christmas was so special to me, right? And it was treated, and I want to treat it that way. I want to be able to handle it that way and allow, my my children to understand what Christmas is and not feel the pain that a lot of people
Yeah.
and not understand the way a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
Zeke, what about you, man?
I'd say just taking out of this episode, just think back and reflect what's Christmas really about. And just
You gotta stay in touch, man. You can't.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Sorry to jump off and cut you off, man, but like, you have to stay in touch with it. You have to understand that you have to be able to be in that present, because it's easy, even if you have a great home life and have everything going right. It's really easy to get wrapped up in all of this. And I don't know, it's super easy to get caught up in all these people. I need to purchase all these things for these people, and I need to do this, this, and this. And the holiday season is a busy and stressful season, even if you have the family and you have the means and you have all of that. And if you get oriented away from the real meaning of Christ, and you allow the world to tell you what Christmas is about, you are going to be stressed. You are going to feel that burden and have to carry that stuff. You're not supposed to carry that stuff. And Christmas, that's not what Christmas is about. Christmas is about the opposite. It's about the Redeemer and the Creator, right? So don't create your own problems. Allow Him to take care of that and focus your eyes on Him.
Amen.
Can I ask you a question, Zeke? And it may be a little bit personal, so we can skip it if you want. Just knowing you and being in contact with you for several years now, is there any part of you that, because you're raised by your grandparents and because you have had Christmases with them, is there any part of you that wishes you could see what, is Christmas got any sort of remorse for you? Is there any sort of awakening where on Christmas Day you're like, hey, this is great, but I'm sad about my family dynamic or whatever that looks like?
Yeah.
What does that look like for you? How's that play out for you?
Well, I'm really happy whenever I'm with my family that I live with, but then like I think about like my parents or siblings that are in jail or whatever, and I'm just like, I just feel so sad because of what they've been through and what they've caused for themselves, and just like that they're missing such a great opportunity of just community and just like living and like spending the day with their like family,
Yeah.
And that really sucks, but I try to just look on the upside and just enjoy what I have, not take it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I can only imagine, and I can't really imagine, because for me, my whole Christmas experience has always been revolved around family, right? And I've always had family there, and it's always been a place of joy for me. So when I talk to kids in the youth group that have these sad stories, it's so hard to relate. It's so hard to relate, but you just have to try and understand as best as you can. And I can sure see where that would be hard for you, for sure.
A lot of people, like, I have an older brother, right? And when I was a kid, I was always the one, getting my little kid gifts. I'd always get more, and he would get less because he's older, but he'd get more expensive ones, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it is during Christmas. But then I took his position, and then he fell off to a bad path. And so he hasn't been experiencing Christmas with us for the past few years. And so I do feel like a little empty. I'm like, it's like, it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
But I just try to make sure that like all the traditions we still do them, and everything's still good. I try to like make sure the family's happy.
Yeah.
Especially because the dynamic's always shifting, and especially seeing some family members that will have a Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner even at our house that's not there some years, or even like I've had a few grandparents that used to go to Christmas dinners and stuff all the time, and some of them have passed away. But yeah, I just try to look at the upside and just embrace the traditions, keep God my number one priority, and it usually gets me through.
I respect it, man. I respect it. That can be a tough position
Mhm.
for sure. For sure.
That's great. Well, guys, you got anything else that you want to add?
How long we been doing this thing?
I have no clue.
It sounds like
Pretty
they're having-
long.
sounds like they're having
Been a minute, man.
It sounds like they're having a party out there. is
Oh,
what it
yeah,
sounds like
it's-
they're getting after it.
They're
out
celebrating Christ's birth.
There. They're actually decorating for Christmas outside this room right now.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I could not be happier. Could not be happier.
It sounds like they are. Sounds like it's going to be a mess when we get out there, but
I'm
at least
walk-
they're trying.
I'm stepping right over them boxes and heading to my truck. Like,
Yeah.
call me when it's set up. You know what I mean?
I'm going home and playing Call of Duty and sleeping.
What? Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's not a Christmas game.
That's my Christmas game. Christmas Day, I play Call of Duty and then go eat.
Dude, you were on
Pumpkin
such
pie.
a good track, and now I'm disappointed. You know what I mean?
Okay, but
Fine.
you don't know what it's like being in Desert Storm, Chad. Have you been to Desert Storm? Are
No.
you- have
Have
you ever
you?
been a
Have
U.S.
you?
Marine? Yes, I have.
You, Zeke.
1991. Yep,
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
in
Oh my
Call of
gosh.
Duty.
Okay.
well,
Are we ending on that note?
Yeah, you know,
That's-
I don't know if I want to end on that note. I mean, Bryce, do you have any input?
input.
Have you been to
Input
Desert
on
Storm?
Desert Storm?
Yeah.
Uh,
What you know about Desert Storm?
I think
Don't do this.
no more of that.
I don't.
What's your input here, man?
I'm.
It
Take
seems
the
like
thing
something
off.
has
All right.
happened to your voice.
Oh, I can't hear myself now. All right. I think that America didn't need to be in that war. I don't think we needed to be in those wars.
I would agree.
I think
Okay,
that-
sorry I dropped the bomb on this whole podcast. It was so much about Christmas, and now we're talking about Desert Storm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you have any closing thoughts for real,
Closing
Bryce? You're no longer chipmunkified.
I absolutely love Christmas, and I hope that you guys do too. I think I especially love Christmas because of the faith that surrounds it, because of the community that I get to be with, because of the family connections that you build. And I absolutely love it, being with my family, being in my Bible, coming to church and listening to great worship, candlelight services. And it's not about the presents. It's about the community, and it's about the reason.
Yeah. When will this air? When will this air? Do we know? Will it be before Christmas or
Oh yeah,
after?
absolutely. Before.
Okay. So I guess if it's going to air before Christmas, my closing remarks for kids would be this. First of all, gauge how. Don't just think of how great your Christmas is going, or how bad your Christmas is going. Gauge those around you. Like, take a peek into somebody else's life and see how they're doing around Christmas time, and use Christmas time. Christmas services are a great opportunity. Even Christmas events at youth, these are a great opportunity for kids to get in the door that normally wouldn't get
Yeah.
in the door. And so use this opportunity to do God's work, invite people, and let them see what this is all about and the goodness that is the birth of Jesus. And so if I was to leave with anything, I would say, don't waste this Christmas on yourself or your selfish ambitions. Make sure that you're putting in the good work, checking on people,
Yes.
and inviting those around you.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Right.
All right, Mr. Christmas, can you end us out on a ho ho ho?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.